What's going on, everyone? Today we have got my top 5 tactics that I brought to you guys this year so far within FM24. I did a bunch of testing. Tested, I think, a total of 29 teams with 12 different tactics and broke it down to the top 5. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So, my 5th best tactic is none other than my ASM Dr Emory tactic. This tactic is a boatload of fun to utilize, especially if you are a lower table or mid-table side. I, of course, tested this with Aston Villa, and it allowed them to finish top 5 a majority of the time, as well as do a double. They won the Conference League along with the Carabao Cup one time. And 2 positions in this tactic that will be integral to allowing you to be able to do that with your sides is the advanced forward on attack and the advanced playmaker on attack. Both of them playing off of each other are absolutely amazing. But getting into this tactic, we've got an advanced forward on attack up top, an advanced playmaker on attack slightly to the right behind them, 2 wingers on attack, a segundo volante on support, ball winning midfielder on support, 2 wingbacks on support, 2 central defenders on defend, and a goalkeeper on defend. And I will say this right now, I'll also say it towards the end of the video as well. All of these tactics that you will see in today's video have their own specific video for them and way longer breakdowns in depth as well with tactical analysis and whatnot, if that is what you are into and you kind of want a full breakdown on the tactic. I'll be linking each video to these tactics down below in the description. But getting back into things, the advanced forward on attack was left as is. Advanced playmaker on attack has crosses aimed at center and move into channels. Both wingers on attack have crosses aimed at center and cut inside with the ball. Segundo volante on support has take more risks, move into channels and tackle harder. Ball winning midfielder on support has take more risks. Both wingbacks on support have cross more often and crosses aimed at center. Both central defenders on defend were left as is, and the goalkeeper on defend was also left as is. This is played with an attacking mentality, and the attacking width is fairly narrow. You overlap on the left and the right and play out from the defense. Mix crosses in the final third, work the ball into the box. Shorter passing directness and slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter and distribute to the fullbacks and center backs. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, and more often trigger press. So now that we've gone over the ASM Dr Emory tactic, let's get into number 4. Number 4 is probably one of the most overpowered formations this year. It is my 4-2-2-2 gold member that ended up testing out with Liverpool. Liverpool did absolutely fantastic with this tactic. They earned themselves a treble and a double. And I also tested with Southampton and Atalanta, both of whom went on cup runs, and Southampton also earned themselves promotion. But the OP combo within this tactic is the striker duo, the advanced forward on attack with the pressing forward on attack. I absolutely love that combo, and you will too. It is very, very fun. But getting into the tactic, we have that duo up top, the advanced forward on attack with the pressing forward on attack. 2 shadow strikers on attack behind them. Segundo volante on support with a ball winning midfielder on support, defensive midfield. We have 2 wingbacks on support, 2 central defenders on defend, and a goalkeeper on defend. The advanced forward on attack has shoot more often. Pressing forward on attack also has shoot more often. Both shadow strikers on attack have crosses aimed at the far post, run wide with the ball, and shoot more often. The segundo volante on support has get further forward, move into channels, and tackle harder. Ball winning midfielder on support has take more risks. Both wingbacks on support have cross more often and crosses aimed at center. Both central defenders on defend were left as is, and the goalkeeper on defend was also left as is. This tactic is played with a positive mentality. You can also go attacking, but the attacking width is fairly narrow. We focus play through the middle and play out from the defense. Work the ball into the box. Final third is mixed crosses, shorter passing directness, and slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press, counter, and distribute to the fullbacks and center backs. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, and a more often trigger press. So now that we've gone over 5 and 4, let's get on to number 3. Now, number 3 actually really surprised me. It is my 4-2-3-1 Seek and Destroy. I tested this with Fenerbahce and Sporting from Portugal, and they both did absolutely fantastic with it. Sporting did especially as they had multiple cup runs. They won the league twice out of 3 times. And I mean, Fenerbahce did it absolutely insane as well. A part of this tactic that I think helped both sides is the fearsome foursome up top, with having an advanced forward on attack up there, 2 inside forwards on attack, and an attacking midfielder on attack as well. Behind them, you have a deep line playmaker on support and a ball-winning midfielder on support. They're not in the defensive midfield areas, they are in the central midfield areas. Then you got 2 wingbacks on support, 2 ball-playing defenders on defend, and a sweep keeper on support. The advanced forward on attack has shoot more often. Both inside forwards on attack have crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. The attacking midfielder on attack has crosses aimed at center, shoot more often, and move into channels. The deep line playmaker on support has crosses aimed at the far post and tackle harder. Ball-winning midfielder on support has take more risks and crosses aimed at the far post. Both wingbacks on support have crossed more often and crosses aimed at center. Both ball-playing defenders on defend were left as is, and sweep keeper on support was also left as is. This is played with an attacking mentality. The attacking width is fairly narrow. We overlap on the left and the right and play out from the defense. Mix crosses in the final third, work the ball into the box, shorter passing directness, and higher tempo. When we're in transition, we counter press and counter, and we distribute to the fullbacks and center backs. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, and much more often trigger press. So for those of you that enjoy in-your-face style of attacking football, Seek and Destroy is definitely the one for you. But now, let's move on to number 2. Now, we once again see the OP formation of the 4-2-2 here. We have my 4-2-2 Samurai. Tested this with PSG, AA Hint, and I believe it was Benfica as well. All of them doing absolutely fantastic. PSG doing a couple quadruples, a hint doing some doubles as well. Now this one is a little bit different to the gold member one. This one does not feature a pressing forward on attack. It features 2 advanced forwards on attack. So it is very, very potent with goals. Trust me, it is absolutely ridiculous with goal scoring potential. But not only do we have these 2 advanced forwards on attack up top, we got 2 shadow strikers on attack behind them, Segundo Volante on support with a ball-winning midfielder on support, 2 wingbacks on support, 2 ball-playing defenders on defend, and a sweep keeper on support. Both advanced forwards on attack have shoot more often. Both shadow strikers on attack have crosses aimed at the far post, shoot more often, and stay wider. The Segundo Volante on support has take more risks, get further forward, move into channels, and tackle harder. The ball-winning midfielder on support has take more risks. Both wingbacks on support have crossed more often, crosses aimed at center, and tackle harder. Both ball-playing defenders on defend were left as is, and that sweep keeper on support was also left as is. This is played with a positive mentality. When we go to the attacking width, it is fairly wide. We focus the play through the middle once again like the gold member one, and we play out from the defense. We work the ball into the box, but this time we are using whip crosses in the final third, slightly shorter passing directness and slightly higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter, distribute quickly to the fullbacks and center backs. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, more often trigger press, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. If you're a side that has a lot of attacking prowess within your 11, this is definitely a tactic that you are going to want to at least try once, because this can help you dominate for years within FM24. But now, that leaves us with one last tactic, and I think some of you probably know which one is coming up, because it was not only in my top 5 last year, it also was in the top 10, and it is once again my best tactic this year. It is my 4-3-3 Mando. Now this time around with the testing, I ended up testing it with Celtic and FC Lorient. Lorient did absolutely amazing, finishing in European spots every single time in Liga, even going on some cup runs. Unfortunately, they did not end up winning the Coupe de France, but they did make it to at least the quarters or semis a majority of the time. And Celtic did absolutely insane, blowing away any expectation that I had. Not only did they do a quadruple one season by winning everything, they didn't win the Champions League, they won the Europa League over Liverpool. They also got to a semi-final of the Champions League, unfortunately got knocked out by Man City, who were the eventual winners. So this tactic allows you to overperform to the maximum and also get the most out of your side no matter what type of level your side is at, whether it is a lower table side, a mid-table side, or if you are one of the elites within your league. And personally, I feel the most important area of this tactic is the midfield trio of the advanced playmaker on attack, the box-box midfielder, and that ball-winning midfielder. In this tactic overall, we've got an advanced forward on attack up top with 2 inside forwards on attack out wide. We've got that box-to-box midfielder on support, advanced playmaker on attack, ball-winning midfielder on support, making up that midfield trio. We've got a wing-back on support at left back, an inverted full-back on defend at right back, 2 ball-playing defenders on defend as their central defenders, and a sweeper keeper on defend. The advanced forward on attack has shoot more often. Both inside forwards on attack have crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. The box-to-box midfielder on support has take more risks, crosses aimed at the far post, shoot more often, get further forward, move into channels, and tackle harder. The advanced playmaker on attack has crosses aimed at the far post and tackle harder. The ball-winning midfielder on support has take more risks. The wingback on support has crosses aimed at center, shoot more often, and tackle harder. The inverted fullback on defend has crosses aimed at center and tackle harder. Both ball-playing defenders on defend have tackle harder. And the sweep keeper on defend has take fewer risks. The mentality is attacking. You can also use positive if you would rather use that. However, with the attacking width, it is played fairly narrow. We focus play down the left and the right and play out from the defense. We whip the crosses into the final third. We have short passing directness, and we have higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter, and we roll the ball out. When out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, much more often trigger press, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Now, this is a tactic that I recommend for any level that you might be playing at. You might be playing at the non-league levels within England, or you might be managing Real Madrid. This is one of those tactics that can be utilized at any level and get the most out of your side every single time. Hence, why it performed the best, and it came in at number 1. So, like I said earlier on in the video, if you wish to check out any of these tactics more in depth, I will be linking those videos down below in the description for you guys to check out. Also, if you wish to download any of these tactics, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description as well, which is where you will be able to download all of these tactics from also. But if you have enjoyed today's video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button? And until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.